Hello everybody, we're PvPcast, and our project is to do peer-to-peer streaming in your web browser. So users can go to a site, create a channel, stream what they like to other people. So this last sprint, we made quite a bit of progress. You have a homepage now, you have a concept of channels and whatnot. So one of the first things you have is front page, that's now, but we're going to look at the other channels. So the point of this is basically, there are services out there like Skype and Twitch, but they all require centralized servers, and we wanted something that allows you to go to a site, create a channel, you can broadcast, you don't need a whole bunch of servers. It's your viewers that are supporting the stream, and it uses that through WebRTC. So yeah.
So this is our channel list page. This is where a viewer would go if they want to select a channel to view. We have the channel names on the left, and then the owners, which are the broadcasters, on the right. Some improvements that we're going to be making to this page next quarter is like a search function. So you don't have to just scroll through all of them, or maybe some filters or tags. We're also thinking about putting a description for each of the names, as well as like a thumbnail of what the video is like.
Okay, yeah, so right here, this is, there's nothing much right now, but this is our viewer's perspective. If you're a viewer and you want to join a channel to watch streaming, currently our streaming is not working because we made some massive changes to our backend. Further improvements later on during next quarter, it's going to be, there's going to have descriptions on the bottom. Oh, and right here, there's the viewer count and the currently connected peers. Next quarter, we're going to think about adding a channel list maybe on the left or on the bottom. So you can quickly switch between channels, and also maybe like a short description on the bottom.
Yeah, so one of the things we kind of hit on is that this site is geared towards viewers. You can go ahead and watch channels right away without being a user. For now, we've implemented where you need to be a user to actually create your own channel and broadcast to others.
When you log in, that's sign in here. When you sign in, you can create a channel, just name it anything. And from this page, the broadcaster's perspective has the ability to choose their device for streaming and then just add their video source to it. And right now it's not working because, like Justin said, our backend is going through some changes. Our server-side code is complete, but we're just working on our client-side code right now.
Well, it's a little broken too. It's a little resident.
Yeah. Yes.
So let me talk about the home page a little bit. So we want to make it really easy for users to just go on a page and just start right away. So we have the concept of a viewer and broadcaster. For the viewer, you just click the button and you would just go to the channel page. You don't have to register. But if you do want to actually broadcast your own stream to a lot of people, you'll click the broadcast now button, and if you don't have an account yet, it'll prompt you to create an account. All account. Alright, so this will pop up. You enter your name, email, password. After those fields are set, it'll log in right away. I think that's some basic checks for names and email.
So, a lot of people are like, well, this doesn't seem very impressive. And The web interface, no. What where all the magic's at is where the peer-to-peer is, and so we made a lot of improvements on the technical side for that, the back end. As some of you know, which we'll demo here, we had a rough prototype that allowed you to, do peer-to-peer streaming. The server was pretty dumb, didn't really set up connections very well. But on the back end, this one will actually, it has a concept of a connection now. So it knows which peers are fully connected and which, like, can I broadcast from this peer or can I not? Who should I send this peer to go talk to? So it really facilitates the WebRTC connections there. That's before we didn't really have that. So I can talk a little bit about technical stuff. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, right. We're using an MVC framework, Sales.js right now. It's very nice. You can do pub sub models, so we modeled out our tree structure, peers and peer connections, and that allows us to really easily, well, as easily as you can, go ahead and publish those events to the client. So I can go ahead and show that. It's just kind of hard with two screens. Yeah, I was going to do this one. Do you want to move? Yeah, I'll show this. Yeah, we might just demo the other one. This might take I don't know, this screen. Let's go to the demo.
Yeah.
So you guys can join us if you want. You can just go to so you can go to PDCast .Heroku.
That's being Chrome, right?
You do have to be in Chrome. So that's one of the other things about our project is because WebRTC is very new, basically only Chrome supports all the advanced features such as rebroadcasting, which is pretty essential to our whole project. Firefox isn't supported yet. Sometime soon they will. One of the other downsides is no audio rebroadcasting yet.
You guys should connect.
It is prescribed in the WebRTC spec, so when that does get implemented and or fixed, it should be as simple as throwing a flag and you can see audio or hear audio. So basically, our next task, at least for next quarter, is getting our really terrible original client into our nice little backend, and then expanding on some other features. I think a couple you mentioned. Possible plans is a channel can have multiple streams. So let's say you have multiple cameras on your computer. You want to stream multiple cameras. Say it's a concert and you want to show your view angles or whatever.
The user can also choose to share their screen. One of our features.
That's it's very experimental WebRTC stuff, but that would definitely be really cool.
And one of the biggest things right now that we're trying to work on is seamless reconnection. So let's say if your current rebroadcaster drops and you're connected to that rebroadcaster and you want to, and the rebroadcaster drops, right now the peer would just reconnect to one level up. So it's kind of like a dumb tree algorithm. But later in the future, we want to be able to have the peer reconnect to a node on a tree that has the least amount of years, so we can spread out the bandwidth.
So anybody have any questions or want maybe a little more explanation on the technical side? Yeah.
Is any of your code open source at all?
Right now it is not. We do have a little bit of Citrix proprietary stuff in there. So once we get that out, we're going to open source it. But that's very little right now. All that's in the client side there because they've experimented with WebRTC. Yeah.
So you said this is using WebRTC. Does WebRTC include WebSocket protocol at all?
It does not. So one of the things about WebRTC is that it allows you to connect peer-to-peer, but it doesn't prescribe how to actually get your information to that other peer. So we are using Socket.io, and what happens is we have Socket.io, but we're using Sales.js as well, which is really cool, and integrates Express on the server side for Node.js MVC framework, and Socket.io, and it wraps Socket.io into Express requests. So it basically makes dummy HTTP requests for all your Socket.io calls, which is really, really cool because now your whole thing became really RESTful and you can, implement the stuff very quickly, same interface.
So you're using REST on top of a WebSocket protocol to do your communication system.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not a computer scientist,
Mm-hmm.
so this may be out of left field, but a general audience question. How difficult of a problem is this?
It's a pretty difficult problem. It sounds pretty simple, but the issue becomes in managing the tree and providing a really good user experience because you're now you're on the whim of other peers to not just like drop out and kick you off. And so yeah, you
Difficult
can,
to keep it continuous.
right. So I mean, you cannot prevent that. You have to, reconnect. But then there's little tricks like, well, can I reconnect like really close to where I left off? If I'm in the tree, can I like be at the same, latency down so that way, everything is, pretty even? Do I want to like pick a really bad peer? Like, how can I figure out what's a good peer?
And I means backend.
And this is all backend. It's all seamless to use a viewer. It's the way we want to design it.
Great. Thank you.
Have you thought about like redundancy and connecting to multiple peers so that if you drop one, then you have?
Yes, we have. Yeah, the guys at Citrix suggested that, and they said that's a definite possibility to keep two streams going. You use double the bandwidth, but if one drops out, then you can switch over like that. But WebRTC connects pretty quickly, anyways. Yeah.
Well, as far as redundancy goes, instead of keeping like two complete streams open, is there like a kind of partial halfway point you can meet?
Yeah, so the way WebRTC works is you have a connection handshake where you have an offer and answer. And so what you can totally do is you can cache a standby, offer and answer, and then if that drops out, you just add the stream and you're good to go.
Also, going a little bit more into detail about that, could you set this up to connect to 5 peers and then each peer sending you a different frame so that if you did completely lose connection then from one of the peers, then the other ones would step in? A little bit more of a complicated system.
Right. I know what your the problem is. The WebRTC spec doesn't really allow you broad access to the video stream. The guys at Citrix have they experimented with this, and the best you can do is like get it to Canvas and then get the image data, and then like send it as image data, and it's extremely slow. It's very, very slow because it's not it's not compressed anymore. It's not accelerated by video hardware. It's not really worth it.
Say a little bit more about what are your ideas, what do you think are the impressive innovations going to be already in terms of the tree? That seems like kind of the heart of what you're saying is the core technical innovation.
Right. Right.
So can you say a little bit more about your sort of thoughts on strategies there, and what do you think are the biggest challenges remaining to be able to really make that innovation shine at the end of this quarter?
The biggest challenges for the tree.
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is just having a seamless disconnect or a seamless reconnect. Because let's say if, let's say you have, so let's say this is the main rebroadcaster, right? And he's rebroadcasting some, like concert or, a lecture, right? And let's say he's broadcasting to 3 people. And then these people are also broadcasting to some other people, right?
Doesn't have to be 3.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 3. I'm just, Okay, so let's say if one of this guy drops, right? The biggest challenge for the tree is where will these guys go, will he be reconnected into here, or will these guys like connect to one of these nodes or one of these nodes?
Do those nodes even know what the shape of the tree is?
They, in our plan and what we're being recommended is they should not, the client side should not, the server should keep a full centralized state. Originally in our vision statement, we did want to decentralize it, but these, like, you can't decentralize it and also have like a really seamless, you know, disconnect, reconnect server.
So is your idea that it's actually going to be, so at the beginning you said that planning to do a decentralized approach on
Right.
Skype, so now you're saying that
Right.
you're not going to do decentralized, or
it
it's going to be
is-
hybrid, centralized,
It's
decentralized?
a very hybrid model, so I guess the best thing is, call it federated, is you can run your own server, and you know, that's decentralized as you get. Although the nice thing is that the server is not handling streams for you, it's just handling signaling. It's not like, oh, you know, I don't like that stream, I'm gonna reject you. It's just, I'm gonna, you know, send this offer to this guy, and that's sort of the negotiation there.
The heart of the server is just managing the tree, you know, keeping it balanced and making sure that the reconnects are as seamless as possible, which we're going to work on next quarter.
Are there final questions?
All right, thank you guys.